Hey guys, and welcome back to another art vlog. This is mostly going to be a half an art vlog and half a travel vlog, so stay tuned for the travel aspect if you're interested in that. But here I am, just getting back into digital art. I wanted to take it simple. I haven't done any digital art, honestly, in like maybe a few months. And it was just getting really overwhelming for me, constantly feeling the need to create and constantly feeling the need like I need to come up with new ideas and designs, and the competition is crazy, and I like to just make art for me, but then it started turning into a job, and I needed to take a break. So I'm getting back into it slowly but surely, but here's me just drawing out some balloons. I'm sorry it's kind of hard to see. It's the curse of the lefty, I swear. But at the end of the day, though, I move it. Yeah, I just moved it up so you can kind of see it a little bit better. So I think I am just going to stick with stickers right now. I'm going to try to phase out my keychains and my pins at the moment. Not my button back pins, I'll add those to my shop later. And speaking of which, actually, so I officially moved my sticker shop from Etsy over to Ko-fi, Ko-fi. And the reason for that is just because Etsy fees are fucking insane, and I just didn't feel like dealing with them anymore. And honestly, Etsy's a shit company anyways. So I just decided to go over to Ko-fi, and honestly, even though I don't really know too much about them either, they just seem like such a more user-friendly option for me. So that's just what I've been using right now, and that link will be in my description if you're interested in checking that out. But at the end of the day, it's just so much easier to use than Etsy, and I highly recommend it to anyone who has a small shop or some type of business on their own that, could also be subscription based. So another thing I wanted to mention, so this is actually my channel, my new channel, just strictly for art and digital art related content. And I have another channel, which is my main channel, and that's mostly for a little bit of everything. Digital art, writing, photography, etc. But right now it's primarily geared towards my books and writing novels and reading books, etc., etc. It's just a really great community, and I just really, really enjoy it. And I'm writing a thriller novel, for those of you who don't know, actually. Right now it's called Swan of the Night, and it is a thriller dark romance where a college professor falls in love with his mistress, or his prostitute, rather. And anyways, so I just wanted to put that out there, so in case there are any of you, bookish people out there that want to also follow my journey of writing a book and follow my journey of doing that, as well as digital art, those, like I said, the links will always be in my description, but I just wanted to put it out there that I will be doing things separately going forwards, only because, as much as I like doing things all on the same channel, it gets so confusing for some people sometimes. It gets confusing for me even. So I just figured this would be so much easier just to keep it a little bit more niche and just to keep it a little bit more organized, if that makes any sense. So here's me and my desk just putting on the laminate for some of my stickers. And this was the first time I used my cutting machine in a while, actually. So I decided to print out a bunch of and cut some of my logo stickers, which are like freebie stickers that go on like either the package or like it just in the envelope as well. But then my printer broke, and I'm gonna get to that. You'll see what I say about that later. But my printer broke. First my printer broke, but also my cutting machine keeps cutting like misaligned, and I don't know why, and I can't figure it out. I can't figure out what's wrong with it. I've tried literally everything. So right now stickers are a little bit on a hold as well, and I'm going to just sell the current stock that I have, and then I'm going to try to really fix that machine so I can get back up and running. So here is a fun little clip of my cutting machine and my little setup. But this is actually, it's funny, I took this clip while I was cutting, but I didn't realize that it was cutting misaligned until right after this when I took the mat out, and I was like, oh shit, this is literally not correct at all. But it was an aesthetic shot, so I decided to leave it. So today's Saturday, and my printer just broke. Or rather, it didn't break, but it's a very old, like, HP printer, so it's not the best quality. And I got it secondhand from someone, and the issue is that the registration marks that are at like, you know, the bottom of the corner or like the top of the page when printing my stickers, it's like misaligned. So for example, if like this is the line, it'll be like slightly off, and it pisses me the fuck off because like everything else will be printed perfectly except one tiny little line at the bottom that's like slightly off. And my silhouette portrait won't read the registration marks like that. And I ended up wasting so much paper yesterday trying to fix it. So I just stopped, and I think I'm going to stop until I can get a new printer. And hopefully that'll be sometime soon. So I'm going to currently try to just work on my art and work on developing my skill and work on my writing as well, which is on my other channel. And I think I'm going to just do a lot of research into different types of printers. I'm not really sure what to get. I kind of want a printer that I can print stickers on, but I also want a printer that I can use for prints, bookmarks, etc. I don't know much about printers, like, at all. So I'm thinking a photo printer just because, like, I've heard that the colors come out a lot better, but I honestly don't know. So if you guys have any printer recommendations, please let me know because mine just went kaput. So the second half of this vlog is going to be travel. So we currently live in New York. We previously lived in Orlando, Florida, and I am from New York and he's from Orlando, Florida. And we originally wanted to move back to Orlando in the next year or so, but the only issue is that we weren't sure if it was the rose-colored glasses and just us missing city life and missing, you know, being in a tourist area. So we decided to take a trip to Orlando to actually, you know, see and get back into it and just kind of really gauge around and observe and see if that's what we really want. So we actually decided to go to the beach while we were there. Even though in Orlando the beach is maybe like an hour away, we decided to just make the drive just because we missed being at the beach so much. We missed seeing the water and the open sky, and just, it was so beautiful. So we definitely wanted to take advantage of it. The drive back was absolutely beautiful. The sunset was beautiful. Everything was amazing at first. And then it all went wrong. But anyways, I'll get to that. But anyways, it was beautiful driving back from the beach, and I just really wanted to share it with you guys. We really missed seeing these open skies and these beautiful sunsets, and we don't really have that in the same way where we live now, and we were really missing that. We had that like homesick feeling for that until it all went wrong. We ended up going to a cowboy bar, which was super fun. There was some line dancing. There was some really cool, like the music was very interesting. It was like not even country, I would say. It was like a mix of like country pop. But then it started raining super, super hard, so we had to wait like maybe 30 to 40 minutes before we could drive back. Yeah, so these are some turtles. The next day we went to a place in downtown Orlando called Lake Eola. It's like a little nature place that you can walk around, but there are always a ton of turtles. And what we like to do is sometimes we'll get some romaine lettuce and we'll feed the geese that are, or like the birds that are around that can eat it. Or at least the birds that can eat it and it's good for them. But we always love to just see the nature as we're walking around. So we got to see some trumpeter swans that were nesting. We got to see a lot of swans, a lot of geese, pigeons, ducks, etc. So we're currently in the airport at like 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning, because our hotel was so freaking bad that the room right next to us was being so loud and disruptive at like 11 p.m. at night. So we went over and we politely asked, like, hey, do you mind keeping it down? Like, you know, we have a flight early to the next morning, like, that we have to catch, like, we're trying to sleep. And the guy goes like, I don't know what to do. And his kids are being loud, and we're like, bro, like, control your kids. We didn't say that, obviously, but you know, we were like, you know, whatever. So we go back into our room. They're still being loud, so we politely knock on the wall, right? And then this guy lies and tells security that we're disrupting them and banging on the wall. And we're like, bitch, the fuck? We're like, we told you to be quiet first. Y'all, your kids are the ones that are being little shitheads. So anyway, so we went to the front desk and we were like, listen, like, we're not dealing with this shit. Like, we're just gonna go sleep at the airport at this point, because literally, like, they're being so disrespectful, so bad, ruining the property. Like, it was a nightmare. So now we are literally sleeping. I look like crap, and we are literally sleeping at MCO because this hotel was just awful. And I'm not gonna name it, but I hate people. I'm gonna apologize in advance. I look like a total mess. It is 2:20 in the afternoon, and I literally have been up since like yesterday morning. I've gotten no sleep. The hotel situation was absolutely insane. Then we last minute booked a flight in the morning rather than the evening, because we thought our flight was in the morning, but it turns out it was in the evening, and then we had to book a flight in the morning. And then we got to New York City, and then we had to take the train 2 hours, and that was lovely. It was horrible, actually. But anyways, long story short, it has been a hectic week. It has been crazy. And ultimately, we decided we are most likely not going to be moving back to Orlando, or at least not within the next year, potentially in the future. You never know what will happen, but at the end of the day, it's not going to be in the cards for us in the next year or so. As originally planned, at least, the vibe wasn't there, if that makes any sense. Like, we kind of just felt like we outgrew the city itself in regards to, like, what we want with our life, where we're going, like, you know, what we want out of a place to live, etc. And it just, going back there, kind of made us realize that, yeah, it was the rose-colored glasses that was making us, you know, want to move back. And, you know, we had to learn the hard way, obviously, about that. But it was the whole point of the trip, of why we went originally, just to make sure. So we didn't end up moving and then get there and be completely unhappy. But anyways, this vlog has been absolutely insane. Thank you if you stuck around. I really appreciate it. Now that the hecticness is over, I can get back to my normal writing content and art content and all that good stuff. So other than that, I hope you guys have a really great rest of your week. I really hope you guys are getting your stuff done. I hope you guys are getting your word counts in and your digital art done and all that good shit. Anyways, I already said that.